Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Career Unfold. Today we'll be talking about inequalities. Inequalities. Now, inequalities is an important topic when it comes to exams because you can easily expect 5 questions out of it. But here's the good news. It is extremely easy, and with just a little bit of practice, you can master it completely. So here's a little smiley face for you. Alright, now there are two types of inequalities. One is the direct inequality and the other one is coded inequalities. So in this video we'll be focusing only on the direct inequalities, and the coded inequalities would be covered in a future video. Alright, so just to give you a hint, this is what a typical question of inequality looks like. So you'll have a statement, or it can be more than one statement, a couple of statements. So statement, then you'll have the conclusions, and finally you'll have the options. Alright, if you've seen such a question, good for you. If you haven't, just stick with us and you'll surely get to know how easy it is and understand what I'm talking about. Alright, to do the questions of inequalities, there's essentially just one table that you need to remember, and that is it. So everyone knows this symbol. This is greater than, right? And similarly this is less than. Also there's greater than, equal to, and less than, equal to, and finally we have equal to. Now this is something that everyone knows, but just to facilitate the process, let's talk about two numbers, right? 1 and 2. Which is larger amongst the two? 2 is the larger number, right? And which is the smaller? 1 is the smaller. To avoid any kind of confusion, always visualize this symbol as the beak of a duck. Alright, so wherever the beak opens, this is where the beak opens, this would be the larger part. Alright, this would be the larger part, and wherever it closes, that would be the smaller part. Okay, so if we talk about 100 and 102, we know that 102 is larger than 100, right? So we'll put a symbol like this, wherein the beak opens towards 102, and thus this is the larger number. Alright, okay, getting back to this, this table that I was referring to, what you need to remember is these two symbols have the highest priority. Alright, equal to has the lowest priority. And what does this mean? Will apply to the question and you'll get to know it. So let's just dig into the question and see how we can apply this. So this is our question. Let me just erase all of this first. So this goes away. Okay. The question is, S is greater than M, greater than equal to D, greater than H, less than equal to R, less than equal to T, less than W. Okay, now in the first option we see they're talking about S and H. So here's S and here's H, right? Let's join these two. So what are the symbols that we see in between? There's this symbol, the greater than symbol, and the greater than equal to symbol, right? And over here in the priority table, we've seen that greater than has the highest priority. So it would be given preference over greater than equal to. So S would be greater than D, greater than H, I'm sorry. Alright, and thus the first conclusion is true. Coming to the next part, W and H. Here's W and here's H. What are the symbols that we see? We see greater than, equal to, and greater than for W. So which has the highest priority? Greater than. And the beak is opening towards W. So H would be smaller than W, or W would be greater than H. And that is what is given in the conclusion as well. So this one follows as well. Then we have R and W, between R and W. Okay. Again, the same thing. I think I don't need to explain this. W would be greater than R because greater is has the highest priority. Thus, this one would also follow. And finally, the last one, between M and T. Here's M and here's T. Okay. Now we notice something interesting. Now we see half of the symbols are facing one side towards M, the beak opens toward M, and the other half is facing toward T, wherein the beak opens towards T. In such a situation, when you have two symbols facing opposite directions, all these situations are going to be not defined. Okay, so the inequality would not follow. And the opposite of this would also be true. So let me just write it down real quick. All these situations are not going to be valid. All right. So the last one would not follow. I hope that made sense. Let's do one more example to make it clearer. Okay. Let's say A is greater than equal to B, equal to C, less than D, less than equal to E, equal to F. Let's just add one more. G. Okay, so this is your question. Now I'll give you some conclusions. The first one being A is greater than or equal to C. Second, C is equal to F. Third, D is less than E. Fourth, D equal to E. Okay, let's work on this first. We see A and C. A is here, C is here. So which one has the higher priority? Greater than equal to. So A greater than equal to C. So this one follows, right? Coming to the next one, C and F. Here's C and here's F. Okay, so we have three symbols here, right? Less than, equal to, equal to. This one would have the highest priority. So it should be C is less than F. But what do we have here? C is equal to F. So this one is incorrect. Okay, moving on. D and E. Okay, so what do we see here? We see D is less than equal to E, and in the option it is given C is less than E. So this one should be incorrect. But we look below and we see equal to, D is equal to E. So there's something special going on here. If we combine these two, we get D is less than equal to E. Correct? So in such a situation, we say either 3 or 4 follows. So make sure when you get such a question, you make sure that if the options are somewhat similar, there is a possibility to have an either as an answer. All right. Let's do one more question. Okay. A is equal to B is equal to C, less than F, less than equal to D, more than E, and okay, let's just stop it there. Okay, now I'll throw in the questions and you'll have to answer is it correct or not. Okay, F is equal to E, is it correct? Think about it. Alright, so here's F, here's E. and we see that these signs are opposite to each other. So this is clearly not valid. If you got that right, very good. Next one would be A is more than C. Okay, here we see here's A, here's C, but the symbol in between is equal to. So this one again would not be valid. Did you get that right? Okay. C is less than equal to D. Okay, here's C and here's D. But we see there are again two symbols, and this one has the highest priority. So this would not follow. This is again incorrect. Finally, let's say F is greater than C. Alright, now here is where the B concept would follow. We see that this is inverted. Okay, this is written as this. The beak opens up towards F, and over here as well, the beak opens towards F. Just the orientation is different. So this one follows as well. Alright guys, that is pretty much it. These were the simpler examples essentially, and this is not what you're going to get in the exams. In the subsequent lectures, we'll be covering cumulative direct inequalities, and surely you'll get some questions out of that. So hope you like this video and it helped you in some way. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment section below and we'll surely get back to you. Let's do some questions. Starting off with a very basic one. Alright, so this is a question having just one statement, which is